Hello, good afternoon, good morning. I'm not sure when you're watching the video. This is the Astro and Tarot analysis for the week of the 14th until the 20th of December. And apologies, I'm just getting started and I'm just getting settled. I'm hoping you can see the cards. I was just trying to make sure that you can see the cards and that I'm able to bring them closer without really upsetting the whole set, which is not easy. So we're having a week that is starting today, and I have to say apologies for the late upload of this video. I've managed to finish and upload the Greek video yesterday, but the English one is taking a bit more. In general, the week has a few major aspects and a very, very major aspect today. I believe it's probably just happening, at least in Greek time, and probably in all of the times generally. The solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, and the new moon in Sagittarius. It's in the 23rd degree of Sagittarius, and it's 3 degrees apart from Mercury. And I think, if I'm not very wrong, if not on an exact trine, but it's definitely trining Mars in Aries. So it's going to bring up some feelings of fighting, it's going to bring up some passions, it's going to bring up something kind of a lot of energy coming up. But for some reason, as it was explained to me at least, the solar eclipse is more about taking away energy. So I would say that it's more about ourselves reserving the energies we have and not giving it away in things that don't matter to us. The first house of the chart is in Cancer, so the eclipse, solar eclipse and the new moon are in the 6th house. So it could definitely affect anything to do with our everyday energies, our workforce, how we're seeing the work, how we're seeing the justice in general of work, as the 6th house is Virgo's house, and Virgo is has a lot to do with everyday work, with health, with how can I explain it, with the community in general. So I'm feeling that it will be a day, Monday, and probably you'll see it on Tuesday, but think of it as the energy that it's going to permeate the next 2 weeks at least, and probably the next 6 months until the next eclipse. I believe it will be on the opposite sign of Gemini, because the nodes are in Sagittarius, Gemini, so the eclipses are happening in this axis as well. On Monday we're having also of course the moon in Sagittarius and Mercury trining Mars. It's kind of any ideas that we have, we can target them in the correct energy, we can infuse them in the correct energy, and we can use the ideas and the energy that we already have to target our purpose and to find where we want to go. As in, like I said last week, see where you want to go, watch where you're going, and make sure that it's where you want to go. Don't look at another place and you want to go on a different place. We also have the moon conjuncting Mercury. It already happened, of course, and it's kind of a lot of the emotional ideas, a lot of kind of clarity, I'm guessing, but it's an energy to the emotional state of us. So it might be that we come up a bit more emotional today. And we have Venus sextiling Jupiter. Sorry, at times I'm forgetting the names, or I'm trying to translate them from Greek. It happens. And Venus sextiling Jupiter is a very I'd say soft angle. To me, it feels like a soft angle. It's not a trine and it's not a square. In a trine, you can feel both the energies giving it all of it. On a square, they're kind of fighting each other in order to have one or the other overpower the other one. In a trine on this, in a sextile like this one, it feels like they are cooperating, but in a more subtle way, I would say. So check on your luck. Check on what brings you luck. What you feel. Check on how you feel about things and how you can express them better. That's what I'm feeling about this. We're moving on to Tuesday the 15th, and we're having Venus moving on to Sagittarius. And I know you'd probably think that Venus in Sagittarius is a position that brings a lot of unfaithfulness, perhaps, or that people are not really committing to anyone else, but it's more than that. I feel that Venus in Sagittarius is more about opening up our minds and seeking the adventure, seeking the cultural differences and what we can learn from other people. It's Sagittarius is the zodiac of learning. It's a zodiac of keeping our cultural identity in a way. It's the zodiac of keeping our histories alive. So Venus in that sign, it kind of feel like a renewed love for cultures, a renewed love for learning, a renewed love for expressing our ideas and our deep feelings about anything to do with learning, anything to do with academics in general. So that's the feeling of it. It doesn't have to be the negative side of it that the astrologers that use the psychology of it think of. Don't take it like that. See where it's happening in your chart in a way, and see how it's affecting you. As in, if your Sagittarius is the first house, you might see that it's glowing for you, that you feel a more renewed energy, a more loving feeling to yourself. That kind of thing I'm feeling for this one. And it goes on like that, but add into that the love of learning, the love of academic, the love of expanding your knowledge, the love of expanding your experiences with other people and with other cultures. That's what Sagittarius is. And on Tuesday the 15th we also have the Chiron turning direct in Aries, and that might be able to help us heal more wherever Aries is in our charts, to allow us to heal, to allow us to see clearer where the wound is and what we need to do in order to make it better, in order to heal from the old wounds. Also, it might be that things that have taken a while and that have come up as health issues, probably to do with the head, might actually find some solutions, and you might get an instant idea on how to solve a problem, or might get a solution that you didn't see it coming, or it might be that you get closure in a way for things that that have been dragging on along for a long time, and that has to have to do with health. The moon is in Capricorn on Tuesday, and the Venus aspect is with Saturn in a sextile. So how it started is that Venus was sextiling Pluto last week, and then this week she's sextiled already Jupiter, and then tomorrow she's sextiling Saturn. It's more of a structure thing. It's more of putting, how you said, the stones in order to build on something, because Saturn is about structure, is about putting in the base for any structure that you want to make. And Venus is putting in the love about it. He's putting in, how do I express it? How you can actually express things, but more structured. And you might feel that you can give more in a way of commitment. You might feel that you can express what you need and what you want, and you can what you deserve in a way, and what you need to have, and what you can give as well in a more structured way tomorrow. And we also have the moon trining Uranus, so I think I've spoken of that angle before, definitely at some point last month. As it's trining Uranus, I guess that things are coming up, or we're getting some news that are quite unconventional in a way, or that we don't expect in regards to our feelings, in regards to our more emotional side. On Wednesday, I haven't written down anything except for the moon in Capricorn. And with the moon in Capricorn, of course, she's going to be conjuncting Pluto, Jupiter and Saturn, and that's kind of the monthly explanation that I've given before. So see where it's happening to you and how it might affect you, because you know how it's going, that if you see how it might affect you at one time, you can relate to it with another aspect and see how that relates to you, and you can perhaps find a way to see what might be happening every time something changes, and you can learn through that. That's how it might help you to know where the moon is, know where the other planets are, and how they're interfering with other planets and with us as well. On Thursday the 17th, we have Saturn moving on to Aquarius, and probably you've heard of it in too many other channels with too many other astrologers, so I'm not going to try and explain what Saturn going into Aquarius means. But the thing I want to say is that Saturn went into Aquarius from March until about June, when he retrograded back into Capricorn. And first of all, Saturn in Aquarius is still in his house, because he was the ruler of Aquarius until Uranus was rediscovered, and that's why you will find some Aquarians that are quite reserved, are quite like Capricorns, I'm guessing. It's not only that they might be born in the first decan and thus taking a lot of the previous sign. It's also that they might be more influenced by Saturn, especially if Saturn in their chart is more prominent. It might come up more as Saturnians than Uranians. But don't forget that Uranus is also ruling Aquarius, so unexpected things coming up. And don't forget that we had a taste of what Saturn can bring into for us in Aquarius, and we had that from about March of 2020 until June 2020. And in that time we had, of course, the a pandemic, of course the lockdowns, of course everything to do with losing in a way some of our freedoms. So it might be that the next 2.5 years, for as long as Saturn is in his second house of Aquarius, because Aquarius has to do with humanity, with humanitarian aspects, with freedom in general. It might be that Saturn brings some more structure to it, and in order to bring structure to it, it's going to take away some freedoms that we thought were there for us forever, that no one could touch them. But in the end, anything that, how can I explain it? Anything that matters is something that we need to fight for. We can't really take anything like that for granted. We can't take freedom for granted. That's the feeling I'm getting. That Saturn is there to remind us that we can't take freedom of speech, freedom of ourselves, the whole humanitarian movement, the rules, let's say, that were forged through revolutions and through fights, that we can't take it for granted, that we still need to fight for them in order for us to deserve that freedom and to deserve these rights. So you might hear in other channels or read in other astrologers that Saturn in Aquarius is going to kind of take away our human rights. But it's not about taking away the human rights. I don't feel that this is the answer. I feel that the whole thing of Saturn there is reminding us that we need to not take the human rights and the freedom we had for granted. That it's so very easy for it to be taken away, and that we need to fight for it every day. So think on that, and I would love to hear some of your thoughts in the comments. I'm here to listen to everyone. I don't mind really any comments at all. I actually enjoy them. And thank you for the likes, thank you for the watching, thank you for following me. On Friday the 18th we don't have anything. I haven't written anything except for the moon in Aquarius, which is, as every month at some point it's crossing through Aquarius, and it might be that we feel more unconventional and more free about what we're feeling, so we might be expressing it more, or we might feel in a way more revolutionary on those days. And then we're going to Saturday the 19th of December, that we have Mercury in conjunction to the Sun, so it might feel like you can't express exactly what you are saying. You can't really express what you're thinking, because the Mercury is kind of dazzled in a way by the Sun, because it's very close together, and they're kind of intertwined. I'm not sure how it's being said in astrology in English, but it feels to me like Mercury is being not absorbed exactly, but in a way burnt, but not exactly able to express himself in a way, because he's getting too bright by the sun and too hot by the sun. Also, we have Venus trining Chiron, and I feel that it's talking more about being able to heal some wounds that are more into our values, wounds that have been taken, that we have felt wounded from love, from feelings, from emotions, from people not accepting us for what we are. So it might be that on Saturday we can actually manage to find those wounds and allow them to heal through time. And also on the 19th we have the Jupiter crossing from Aquarius onto from Capricorn onto Aquarius. So that's the second major transition this month. From January we have Mars as well crossing onto Taurus, so we'll be talking on that from next month. But for now we have Jupiter in Aquarius, and as it's coming right after Saturn in Aquarius, I'm quite curious to see what happens, because Jupiter and Saturn have a connection of father to son, and also a connection of the one kind of taking the power from the other. Saturn was not allowing any of his children to grow up by eating them in order to maintain the power that he had over his siblings and over the world. And Zeus actually took the power and created the Olympians from Saturn, from his father. So it's a weird combination to have in a sign like Aquarius, I believe, because Aquarius is more about humanity in general, is more about the, how can I say it? You know what I mean, but it's more about the freedom to be yourself, the freedom to be how you want, to express yourself. And Saturn there is more about putting structure and controlling you, while Jupiter is more like the free spirit, it's more like the spirit of Christmas past in Charles Dickens, the Christmas Carol story. And I feel that it's going to be kind of how can you say it? It's going to be kind of a fight. I'm seeing a disagreement between these two. Don't forget we're having a conjunction of these two on the winter solstice. And it's kind of weird to see how this plays out, because we had a conjunction of Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto as well last January, and we had the whole pandemic breakout with everything that entailed. And now we're having Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius on the winter solstice. It's going to be major. It's going to be major. So see how it rolls out for you. See where it's happening for you, which house it is, where it is in your chart, and see how it might affect you. But I believe that this one is more about the whole world than just us as individuals. What else did I want to say? That it's a weird thing, because we all believe, by what astrologers say, that Saturn is the one that takes away things, and tells you to work first and then you'll get the rewards. And Jupiter is kind of the happy, jolly giant that just gives away things. I don't think that's the exact thing, because both the planets can give you rewards when you've done something right. I don't believe that either Jupiter nor Saturn can actually give things away without any work being done. Don't forget that both were kings of gods. Saturn actually of the Titans, Jupiter of the gods of Olympus, and they both had moments of being mean. They both had moments of being good, but they both had moments of being mean and moments of being not reckless exactly, but punishing others. In the Greek mythology, we had Jupiter bringing on the cataclysm for the ancient Greek, and then bringing up humans again from stones in order to populate the planet. And that also speaks to me, at least, about Jupiter being the punisher and also the one giving solutions and giving his gifts. But it all depends on how we relate to that and what we are doing in order to receive the good or the negative. On Sunday on the 20th we have Mercury crossing on to Capricorn, and to me it always feels that as I also have Mercury in Capricorn, that it's more about expressing our ideas in a more structured way, that we can actually talk in a more not easy exactly, but more structured way, that we can be made more how can I say it? I'm losing my words. That we can explain what we want to say in a better way, that we can that people can understand us with saying less words. Mercury in Capricorn, it's kind of like he's getting his ideas in order to speak them out. That's the feeling I'm getting. More than that, we're going to the tarot spread of the week, and in the Greek video, for those that watch both, that I don't believe are many, I had the cards pull up on their own. They were kind of falling on their own. I didn't choose them except for two. And as I started speaking, the Hanged Man came up. And to me, this one is the card of water. That's the sign of water down here. And he's speaking more about the sacrifice we need to do, speaking more about receiving knowledge that we sacrifice something for, that there is a metamorphosis happening, there is a change. As you see, we have two serpents in the picture, and the symbol of life for the Egyptians, the Ankh on the top, and also a lot of information, a lot of energy coming in and then going down through his head to the serpent at the bottom. And I feel that it's more about the changing of the whole world than changing only ourselves. I feel that it's talking about giving the energy that we want to receive. It's it's kind of the whole message of the spread, I believe, that it has to do with energy, and that it speaks about giving out the energy that we want to receive. It's a common knowledge that if you give positive energy to the universe, that energy is getting multiplied and it comes back to you. And the same thing, if you give negative energy to the universe, to other people, even to yourself, that energy can get multiplied as well and return to you. So I'd say to be able to work with our feelings, work with ourselves, and make sure we give out the positive energy that we want to receive. That's I believe that is the meaning of the whole spread, I believe. The next card, of course, is the Magus, the Magician, and this is the card of Mercury for Thoth. As you can see, he has a lot of information in the card. Of course, he has all of the elements together. And as you can see, he's just moving on, and I can see a serpent on his head under another Egyptian symbol. And it's Mercury, which has taken a position in the eclipse, in the solar eclipse of Monday. And also it's talking about bringing in the energy from the universe and manifesting it in the earth. So whatever you give to the universe is what you get back. That's the feeling I'm getting from this card as well. It's weird how the three cards came up, because the last card of the three is the High Priestess. And if I'm not wrong, the symbol of the card is the moon. And of course the High Priestess is standing on a crescent moon, and on her headdress it's a full moon. But as my very good friend and teacher Zoe Hind says, that the High Priestess is kind of Neptune, if I'm not wrong on how she said it. And that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. So it has a lot to do with our intuition. It has a lot to do with the energy of receiving from the universe. And I didn't manage to ask her, but she used to say, because we did use the Thoth with her, that either, I believe it was this way, I'm not sure if you can see it, the whole of it, but if you put the Hangman and the High Priestess in a way, I'm not quite sure how it was that it was happening, possibly by the High Priestess being upside down or the other side, that they're making a whole circle, that the energy and the knowledge from the one is passing on to the other. I can't remember how she would put them together, but it was amazing when I saw these three cards together. The feeling that I got was that how can I say it? The energy that we're getting, if we manage to transmute it, we can give it back to the universe in ways that can benefit the whole of the world. As in the vibration that we have because of the feelings that we have, because of our thoughts, it's getting multiplied through the universe and returned back to us. So the meaning of these three cards for me is that if we can manage to get the energy that we have and transmute it, we can send it back to the universe so that the cycle can be redone again and again and again. And in the end, we're getting so much more energy from the universe that we can't really give it back. I'm having an insect in the room, but that's usual. I'll send it away at some point. Next card is the Ten of Cups, and it's Mars in some zodiac sign, but I can't for the life of me find out which zodiac sign it is. Please, if you have the cards, if you manage to see which zodiac sign it is, please let me know, because I could not for the life of me find it in this card. And I know that it's somewhere there, but I cannot see it at the moment, and I couldn't see it yesterday either. But this card is about completion, it's about fulfillment, it's about society, as it says here. And I feel that with the 3 cards on top, that's the meaning of it, that if we can manage to fill up with positive energy, with positive feelings, we don't need to try and find it anywhere else. We can have it for ourselves, from ourselves, for ourselves, and to actually give it away as well. It's a completion of sorts. And the next card, it's very completing the others. It's number 6 of cups. It's speaking about pleasure, and of course it's the Sun in Scorpio. And to me, this card speaks about giving away the love and the positive feelings and the gratitude and everything that we have that has a positive and high vibration, that can actually help others as well. That's the feeling I'm getting from these 2 cards, that as soon as we manage to fill up ourselves with positive energy and positive vibration, that easily we can spread it around the world and see how it can transmute our whole world. Next card is the Princess of Discs, and of course she's talking about the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. I do feel that she's talking about Taurus, as we have the horns on top, and of balance as well, as the coin she's holding has the yin and yang inside. I feel that she's talking about Uranus in Taurus in a way, and what it's bringing up through the whole idea of energy coming back from the universe in ways that we can't really understand, but we feel inside. And the last card is the Sun. It's a very, not unique reading, but a very happy reading. It's a very Sagittarian, I'd say, spread. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's a spread that is quite optimistic. As the last card is the Sun, and of course the card of the Sun, and it has all the zodiacs in a circle, I feel that it's talking about the positive energy and the love that we can spread in the world. It might feel like we are getting to something during this week. It might be that it's because of the week before Christmas, that people are more festive, that we're feeling more gratitude for being here. But I feel that this spread is very optimistic, and that we are changing in a way the whole epoch. As this is the last card of the deck, and I'm usually putting the last cards of the deck as well up, it's the card of Judgment. It's number 20 of the Major Arcana, and to me it feels like we're changing the whole year and the whole epoch as well. The eon, as Crowley puts it here, is changing. As you can see probably in the card, we have the night as a woman spreading from one side to the other, and then a youth or child figure superimposed over a sitting Egyptian. I believe it's Horus that's in the back. But I feel that not the seasons only, but the whole epoch is changing. Things are changing, and the 2020 is being left behind, and we're starting anew. We're resetting in a way. So how can I say it? Get in line. Get in your own positive thinking. Find your vibrations, and allow them to get you into the higher possible vibration you have. The oracle card for the week is Bramble. Of course, as you know by now, whoever is watching my videos, I'm using the oracle card of the Wisdom from the Woods by Zoe Hind. And you can find Zoe on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. This card is the Bramble, as I said, and it's talking about I can never really read those. It says, I bring sweet reward after effort and challenge. So, as it's always been true, you cannot have the rewards without the effort, without the hard work. I feel that this speaks of Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, moving on to Aquarius, and how we need to work and we need to raise our vibrations in order to get the rewards afterwards. It's like getting this fruit. You need to work and try not to get stuck in the how we say it, in the thorns of I'm losing my words really, of the plants, in order to get to the fruit and taste the sweetness of the fruit. I'm feeling that this is the whole reading for this week. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the Saturn and Jupiter crossing into Aquarius, and see where it's happening for you, as in which house. If you can't find it, let me know. I can help you. I don't mind really. And please leave a comment if you watch this, if you have any comments, if you feel that I've missed something. Give me a like if you do like the video, and please subscribe in the channel so that you can get the notifications of when I upload videos. Thank you very much everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon, I hope. Take care and be safe.